Hallo und herzlich willkommen zurück zu The Legend of Heroes, Trails of Cold Steel. Beim letzten Mal haben wir unsere Midterm geschrieben, uns darauf vorbereitet und sie geschrieben. Und heute machen wir den Freetag Day des dritten Kapitels. Und Elliot ist überrascht.
Simply spectacular. Just how many different types of food are there here?
This looks more than edible.
I believe this is what they call an imperial breakfast? That's right, Emma. It's a traditional Erebonian style of breakfast. I must apologize. It's taken me some time to familiarize myself with this kitchen, so my cooking has been a bit lackluster.
Come now, Sharon. Your skill is something to be praised. This is far more colorful and varied than the breakfast served in my own home.
I would compare this spread favorably with the breakfast served in the Duke's household.
I'm honored that you think so. I've also brewed both tea and coffee if anyone would like some.
I get the feeling Elisa is less than impressed with the meal.
It sounds like they had a big argument yesterday.
Not a chance! I thought I'd finally gotten away from her. I'm not going to let her have her way this time. My lady, please. I truly don't believe the chairman sent me to keep an eye on you like that. She simply sent me so that her beloved daughter might have fewer inconveniences in her daily life. I can take perfectly good care of myself, thank you very much. Oh, fine. I'll take this up with her myself then. Is she in the office at corporate today, or is she out on inspection or something? I believe she'll be dining with the Ministry of Railways president in the capital today. After that, she'll be continuing her inspection tour, so she won't be back in Ruhr for another 5 days. Does she ever slow down? I'm surprised she doesn't burn through a pair of shoes a week. Anyway, I'm not going to take this lying down. She's stuck her nose into things one too many times.
I can't believe that R actually stood for Elisa Reinford. And from the sound of it, her mother's the company chairman too.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that Elisa's mom is basically in charge of the continent's biggest industrial company. Her family's probably got more money than most of the aristocracy. I can see why she'd want to keep her family under wraps, what with all the nobles here.
Anyway, I object to everything about this. Considering how busy Mother is, I'm sure she needs your assistance far more than I do. I knew it. You're really concerned about her, aren't you? The way you two care so much for each other deep down is one of the reasons I'm so proud to serve you. That's preposterous. Oh, my lady, I almost forgot to mention that I made plenty of your favorite apricot jam. Would you like me to spread some on your toast? Ooh, really? I mean, stop treating me like a child. Though yes, I would like some jam.
It's almost heartwarming to watch.
Looks like Sharon's got her number.
After beginning the day with Sharon's peerless breakfast, the members of Class 7 left to go about their daily routine. Meanwhile, Wien went to check the task the student council had given him for the day. Old Schoolhouse Mystery 3. This month I would like the members of Class 7 to commit themselves to their noble academic pursuit. So I know studious as you all are, I can expect that anyway. So on top of that, I'd like you to continue your exploration of the old schoolhouse and report your findings to me. Born to be Orbital. We're testing the Orbital bike's capabilities on a highway near Twister. If you're curious, come talk to us in the engineering building. I am in need of aid. Some fair maiden has sent me several messages proclaiming her love for me. And who could blame her? I simply must know who she is. So would some kind soul help find her and bring her to me? More details behind the storage building. Vincent. Hey, a request from George and Angelica. It's about the Orbital bike too. Wonder what they need my help with. Looks like I'll have to swing by the engineering club before I head to the old schoolhouse. Well, this is the first sun I've seen in days, so I might as well make the most of it. Alright, let's do this. Yay. Gut, dann... So, dann das erste, was wir machen, ist natürlich in den Bücherladen. Ehrlicherweise auch das erste, was ich mache, wenn ich irgendwo in einem Einkaufszentrum oder so bin. Erstmal in den Bücherladen. So, den ganzen Kram hier gekauft. Nice. Falsch. So, ich wollte in die Library. Neues Buch. Wahrscheinlich das hier, ne? Old Beyond Tradition. Ich denke, wir werden irgendwann gegen Ende mal einen Part machen, wo wir uns explizit um die ganzen Sachen hier kümmern. Wo ich dann richtig schön ganz viel Wasser und so brauche für meine Stimme. Aber ja. So, dann Twister. Schauen wir nochmal. Wir müssen in das Haus im Südosten. Das hier. Mit Hannah sprechen. Das müsste Hannah sein, oder? Ja. Kurt loves this sweets. His favorites are berry tart, so he's always asking me to make them. How about you try your hand at making one sometime? Gerne doch. Vielen Dank dafür. Oh, natürlich mal wieder die Katze füttern, ganz wichtig. Diesmal hier hinten. Bisschen frische Milch geben. Damit ist sie glücklich. Let's go. Seems happy. Maybe I bring her more. So, wir haben natürlich 7 Bonding Events. Wir haben Laura, Fee. Also insgesamt haben wir, ich lese einfach mal alphabetisch, Alisa, Elliot, Fee, Justus, Laura, Matthias und Thor. Yay, Thor. Huhu. Gut. Ich denke, wir fangen aber erstmal mit der ersten Sidequest an. Gehen wir zum Academy Field Ding. Treffen uns mit Vincent. Excuse me, is your name Vincent by any chance? Indeed it is. Standing before you is a nobleman overflowing with love and passes, the one, the only, Vincent Florard. I presume that you are the Cupid that I asked the student council to send me. He's quite the character. He really seems to like himself, but that's what I've grown to expect from Class 1. I'm no Cupid, but I'm here on behalf of the student council, yes. Haha, then you may still well serve my purposes. Allow me to congratulate you on making your way here. So, based on your request and my new nickname, I assume you want me to find someone for you? Yes, something along those lines. Do you have some time to spare? If so, I shall begin explaining the particulars of my request. Let's hear it. Please elaborate on your request. Haha, a fine answer indeed. Also, before we continue... Phew, Sarifah is currently nowhere to be seen. Now that I think about it, this is kind of an unusual meeting place. Are you hoping to keep this request quiet? Not exactly, I was merely hoping to avoid things getting meddled in. My father sent Sarifah to the academy to keep an eye on me. As you can imagine, her watchfulness can occasionally be rather constraining. Huh. Well, but it's apart from the meat of the matter. To be blunt, I have received not 1, not 2, but 3 passionate love letters of late, and all from a single writer. Curiously, however, the writer in question signed with not but a nom de plume. What I would request of you, my fine fellow, is to find out just which lovely lady is responsible for these. That's reasonable, but Are you sure it's appropriate for me to try to find her? These are anonymous after all. To take a moment to think it over. The fact that she chose to use a pen name rather than remaining completely anonymous is proof of a pining, hopeful heart. In fact, I am absolutely certain that she wishes for me to find her. I suppose I'll have to trust your judgment on this one. What's more, she sent cookies along with the third letter. I would hardly be worthy of a flawed name if I did not properly thank her, would I? Yeah, I don't think I could stop you at this point, even if I tried. Do you have any additional information that would help me pinpoint exactly who we're looking for? I do indeed. The first hint is that she is the first year. As a man well versed in the feelings of beautiful women, I was able to deduce this from the respectful tone of her letters. Additionally, the fact that she attached a pressed grand rose at the end of each letter may serve as a hint as well. Grand rose. If I remember correctly, those are the flowers you use when confessing your love to someone, right? Quite. Which brings us to why this is a hint. The only way to obtain a grand rose in Twister is to purchase it from the town florist. So if we are the florist who's purchased one, precisely, we will be able to discover just which shy maiden has sent these letters to me. Would you take on this task for me then? As long as you don't mind me sticking to a plan we just discussed, I don't see why not. I am truly indebted to you. Based on a pseudonym and her use of a grand rose, I can only imagine Our Lady the very model of grace. Now that you mention it, what was the name she used? Oh, it seems I neglected to mention that very important detail. She calls herself the Grand Maiden, a nickname taken from her daughter of a baron who married into the imperial family long ago. The emperor at the time was so smitten that he gave her countless numbers of grand roses, and so came the moniker. I see. Can't say I've heard that story before, but it is interesting. But this is no time to stand around thinking about it. I'll head over to the flower shop right away. Very well, I leave this matter in your clearly capable hands. So, dann haben wir das gestartet. So, dann gehen wir noch einmal. Park. Gehen wir mal zum hier ist so ein Ding in der Mitte. Floristin. Excuse me, would you mind if I ask you a question? Not at all, go ahead. We'll explain the situation to Jane and ask about any first years who had recently purchased any grand roses. Won't be hard to find out if I looked at my records, but I'm not exactly sure I should disclose that information. Understandably so, I don't intend to do anything with this information that they don't want me to, though. They ask me to keep their identity a secret, that's what I'll do. I see. Well, if that's the case, I guess I can help you out. Just remember though, it's your job to give the mystery sender your support and nothing more. I wish you the best of luck. This request getting pretty complicated at this point. Right, I count 3 first years who've made a grand rose purchase recently. In class order, first is Barriere from class 3, and there's Vivi from class 4 and Rosine from class 5. I see, thank you very much for the help. The fact that you mentioned Vivi has me worried. I hope she's not trying the same trick on someone else right now. Not at all, good luck. Dann reden wir einmal mit Rosine. Excuse me, you're Rosine from class 5, aren't you? That's correct, why do you ask? I have a quick, kind of personal question for you. We'll explain the situation to Rosine and ask if it was her who sent the letters to Vincent. Oh no, that certainly wasn't me. I did buy a grand rose, but it was for the purpose of decorating the church. Oh, I see. Sorry to ask such an embarrassing question then. It's fine. Union Building. Barrel finden wir natürlich hier oben in ihrem Club. Hier? Ja, das Club. Here. You're Barrel from class 3, right? Haha, I certainly am. What do you want from me? Actually, there was something I wanted to ask you. We told Barriere about his investigation and asked if she was the one who sent Vincent the letters. Do I seem like the kind of girl who'd be interested in romance? I needed to purchase a grand rose to use in a ritual, that's all. I see, that answers my question. But now I'm wondering what that ritual she mentioned is all about. Oh, that's all I wanted to ask. Sorry to disturb you. Sometimes it's good to be disturbed. Good day to you. Okay. Einmal zum Gymnasium und dann wieder raus, weil hier läuft die Vivi rum. Ja, hockt rum. What's up, Reen? Were you so taken with my feminine charm that you couldn't stand another moment away from me? There's something I'd like to ask you. Well, now that is pretty interesting. I'm going to take that as a no. Yeah, I wish it was me, but I'm having too much fun teasing Linda to set my sights on any boys right now. Of course you are. You did buy a grand rose, though. Don't tell me you tricked another poor, unsuspecting soul into helping you torment her. Pretty much. But can you blame me? She falls for it every single time. I can't help myself. You're a monster. Poor Linda. Can't imagine what she has to deal with a sister like this. I've asked all 3 girls the florist told me about, but none of them seem to have sent the letters. Guess the trail's gone cold. I should report back to Vincent for now. Tja. Man kann auch sagen, this trail has gone cold. Here. Tell me, did your investigation prove successful? Wait, don't tell me. Have you brought our mystery woman here? Oh, be still, my beating heart. Yeah, about that. I wasn't able to find her in the end. You cannot be serious. Did you ask the florist as we discussed? I did, and I spoke to all 3 girls who purchased grand roses. None of their reasons for doing so had anything to do with you. I can go into detail if you'd like. It matters not. If they do not concern me, then they are simply not my concern. I'm sorry that I want any help, but there's one thing I'm curious about. Where could a girl get a grand rose if she didn't go to the florist? There's no way to tell. Perhaps if Grand Maiden is the noble, he could have had an alternate source. However, my darling Vincent, I found you. Who goes there? State your business. The cookies I just baked ended up far more delicious than I ever could have imagined. So delicious that they could only be destined for the lips of my beloved, my elegant, dashing, darling Vincent. What could possess a person to approach another out of nowhere and say such befuddling things? Furthermore, I do not have even the foggiest idea of who you... Oh, but you do. What if I told you that I was the Grand Maiden all along? No way. I can hardly blame you for being speechless with joy. My real name is Margarita Dresden. The lovely grand roses I attached were grown by my family. So that's how you got them. If you're part of Baron Dresden's family, then could it mean... Oh, so you know the story? Your suspicions are indeed correct. I, Margarita Dresden, hail from the same family line as the lovely Grand Maiden herself. It all adds up. Inconceivable. How could you, of all people, be related to the Grand Maiden? When her beauty pales in comparison to your own? Look, darling, we're already completing each other's thought, and yours are oh so sweet. What you said couldn't have been further from my actual thought. Even when you're shy, you're still so wonderful. Seeing the surprise on your handsome face made waiting to reveal my name entirely worth it in the end. Now, my beautiful Vincent, it is time for you to reply to my love letters. Will you enter a relationship with me? You may choose one of 2 replies. I would be delighted, or there would be no greater honor. Sorry, how many options did you say you were giving him? This woman could hardly be more different from the demure maiden or let us made her out to be. My only answer for you is a resounding no. Now be gone and bother me no more. So, that's how it is. Oh, just when I think you couldn't be more adorable. To think you're the sort of man who hides his true feelings away. I beg your pardon? no need to fear. Please, have one of these special cookies I prepared. One bite and you'll no longer feel the need to keep your innermost longings out of public view. Don't tell me you've mixed something into your cookies. Oh, but that is for me to know and you to find out. Stay back. Do not come any closer. You, don't just stand there. I'll need your aid if I'm to survive. I have no idea how to handle a situation like this either. Don't worry, my darling. There may be a slightly bitter aftertaste, but it will be all worth it in the end. I've been looking for you, Master Vincent. Sarifa. Dare I ask what you are doing in a place like this? Sarifa, I beg you, please free me from this terrifying situation. If I recall, you are my sweetheart's darling maid, are you not? So this is the Sarifa you mentioned. As much as I hate to interrupt the situation at hand, I'm afraid I must. Master Vincent, your presence at the upper-class dorm is required at once. A delivery of the utmost importance from Count Florald awaits you there. I see. Then I have no choice. I must go at once. But these cookies are a present for Master Vincent, are they not? In that case, may I ask you to leave them in my hands for now? I will make sure he enjoys every last one of them later. Well, if you insist. Margarita begrudgingly handed over the bag of cookies to Sarifa. It seems as though Master Vincent has roped you into this nonsense as well. Hopefully this can dull some of the pain that this annoyance has surely caused you. Thank you. With that, I wish you all good day. Let us go, Master Vincent. Indeed. It may prove to be quite the obstacle, but no matter. There shall be plenty of opportunities to woo my darling from here on out. I believe it's time to get started on a new batch of cookies. Well, they've been full of unique encounters to say the least. At least that request is over and done with. Ja, at least that. Bevor wir mit dem nächsten Mal machen, kurzer Cut. So, machen wir weiter. Mit der nächsten Quest, dafür ins Engineering Building. Hey Barriere, thanks for stopping by. Might I ask where Lisa and Laura are? Those two lovely flowers would do wonders in brightening up this dreary old building. Let's not make Reed's life even harder than it already is. Sorry. Probably shouldn't think out loud. I still haven't talked to Angelica much, but she's definitely an interesting one. That aside, your request was for me to assist with testing of the old bike, wasn't it? So what will I be doing? Oh please, I could hear you making those vroom vroom noises before you even stepped through the door. Was not, but wait, does it mean? Yeah, we want you to ride the old bike. Me? Can't deny that that's what I wanted this to be, but I never expected it to actually happen. I'll give you all the juicy details when we're actually ready to test. Before we start, however, we want to make sure you have time. So how about it? You ready to ride? Yes. Okay, let's ride. Good answer. First of all, let me tell you a little bit about the bike. Everything you see here is something that Angie asked me to build for her. And because of that, the bike's been fine-tuned to meet her specific needs. In a nutshell, it's all Angie. The engine, the brakes, even the handlebars. I see. As you might expect, she and that bike are practically symbiotic. When she's on it, she's a sight to behold. But because we've tuned it specifically to her, it's become a little too tough for anyone else to handle. Think of her as an unruly horse. There's no denying she's a fine bike, but she doesn't play nice with strangers. Right. I'm really hoping to make it through this alive. Don't scare him now, Angie. Crow's ridden it just fine. But I suppose he's been working on this bike since we started too. Compared to him, you're a complete beginner. Which is great. You'll have a more objective opinion about after your ride. I guess it makes sense why you asked me then. Feeling a little nervous, are we? Let's head over to the highway. So, what are Tower and Crow doing here? Ancient George told us you'd be doing this, so I came along and to show some support and take some time off work. My reason isn't quite as sweet as little Thors here. Like I said before, this bike's at least partially my baby. Think of me as an overprotective father, making sure you don't mess up and hurt my girl when you take her out. Thanks. Whoa, don't make him any more nervous. Don't worry, Reen, just ignore everything this guy says. I do, and it's worked great for me. We can rebuild the bike, so stay focused on keeping yourself safe. Right, thanks. Do you have much experience riding horses? Actually, yeah. You shouldn't have any trouble then. She's a whole different beast, but the basics of riding are the same. So, have fun. Thanks, Angelica, that helps. I won't let you down. Okay then, that should be just about everything you need to know. I think I get it now. The 3 things you want me to test are starting up a bike, shifting gears, and coming to a stop, correct? That's right, we want to see how you handle everything. Let me give you a few pointers. You might not really get them until you're on the bike proper though. Hit me. First of all, you can't ride if you can't get moving, so let's talk about how to get started. Starting the engine, simple enough. But how smoothly you ride off will depend on how well you can operate the bike's clutch. Once you shift into first gear, open the throttle and then slowly and steadily release the clutch. Release the clutch slow and steadily when I start moving. Okay, I'll try not to forget. Next up is switching gears. Before switching gears, make sure to pull in the clutch quickly and firmly. Once you shift gears, release the clutch slowly and steadily, just like when you start her up. I can do that. The last thing you need to worry about is stopping the bike, which you probably want to know how to do. When you want to slow down, release the throttle and apply the brake to both wheels, front and back. You're going to want to give each one different amounts of pressure though. Apply the brake strongly to the front wheel and lightly to the back wheel. That should bring you to a smooth stop. Strongly to the front, lightly to the back. That's a lot to remember, but I think I can do this. That's the way. This is all about learning through experience and getting used to riding on the fly anyway. So what do you say? Ready to go? You bet. Dun, dun, dun. Right then, first is starting up the engine. Wow, this is pretty intense. It kind of reminds me of how I felt when I first rode a horse. Right, let's push both nerves to the side and get going. Okay, so I pull the clutch lever, shift to first gear and twist the throttle. Now that I've done that, all I need to do is let go of the clutch and I'll be moving. Angelica taught me how to do this. What exactly did he say again? Slowly and steadily. Now we're talking. This is great. There he goes. Wait to see the look on his face when he gets back. He's gonna love it. Hopefully. Wow, this feels amazing. And amazed at just how stable and smooth the ride is too, considering how heavy it is. I think I'm used to the speed now. Let's try switching gears. Right, first I need to roll off the throttle, then I need to pull in the clutch, change gears, then release it. Angelica taught me I had to handle the clutch a specific way doing all of this. What was it again? Pull in quickly, release slowly. Alright, I need to pull in the clutch quickly and firmly, then change gears, and after that I need to release the clutch slowly but steadily. There we go, perfect. going this fast really does feel great. I get why Angelica loves this so much. Well, the fun's got to come to an end eventually. It's probably about time to stop. Obviously I need to hit the brakes, but how much pressure do I put on them? Strongly at front, lightly at back. I'm pretty sure Angelica said strong on the front brake, not light on the rear brake. I stopped almost exactly where I expected to, so I guess I did it right. This thing's incredible though. Feels like I'm still riding along, even though I've come to stop. But I guess I've got to snap out of it eventually. The others are waiting for me. I'd better head back now. Welcome back, Queen. Well, how was it? I'm amazed to say the least. The sheer speed, the engine's vibration, and the feeling of the wind as you ride along. I've never experienced anything like it. No amount of horse riding could have ever prepared me for this. Just wow. Guess you've got some potential. Look at this guy. He's trying to act all calm and composed, but his face is just screaming, "Let me go back out and ride." Plain as day. Seems like you handled it really well too, based on your report. I have to admit, I didn't expect those kinds of results out of you. It's a pretty unwieldy machine. It's even more impressive considering it was his first ride with her too. Nice to know that I could have a worthy rival waiting in the wings. Not everyone can get that much praise out of Angie. You should pat yourself on the back. It's a real honor. Now we need to hear some more detailed impressions of each phase. But let's do that back at the engineering building. Good plan. Oh, we're having so much fun with this. Maybe too much. Thanks, Wien. The info you gave me should come in handy. Glad I could help. I think she'll be a much more stable ride from now on. I'll have to be sure to tell Elise's mother about everything we learned today if they end up mass-producing orbital bikes. Elise's mother is the chairman of the Reinford group, isn't she? Didn't know you were familiar with each other. Rogner and the Reinford families share a good relationship, actually. Oh yeah, they're both big names in Ruhr, right? Yeah, Angie's dad's one of the group's biggest shareholders too. Wow, they are pretty close. Well, now you know. Elisa's mother provided the engine and a number of other parts for the bike too. So that's how you got your hands on everything. That's right. Although whether or not Reinford will actually mass produce the bike is an entirely different matter. Their biggest goal is to turn profit, so the only way it's happening is if we can show them that it would make money. Which is why we're currently trying to make it into something that the masses can handle. And today, you were a big help in getting closer to that goal. Wow, I'd love to see that happen. Looks like you get it. I guess my first impressions of you were right on the mark. Oh, I haven't properly thanked you yet, have I? Thank you for helping us today. Here's a little token of my thanks. Are you sure about it? It seems like a really valuable quartz. Of course, I'm sure you'll be able to put it to good use. Well then, Reen, thanks a lot for your help today. I'd like it if you could help us out next time we need a hand too. I'll cancel my plans as soon as you ask. Quest completed. Gut, aber ich denke, das reicht dann auch für den heutigen Part. Wir haben die Quest alle geschafft. Also außer natürlich Gulag Mystery, aber das ist ja am Ende des Tages wieder. Dann vorher müssen wir noch Sachen machen. Das heißt, das wird dann der nächste Part sein. Im nächsten Part werden wir dann uns um die Bonding-Events kümmern und ich denke jetzt alles Schulhaus gehen, damit ich dann dort einen Cut setzen kann, damit ich dann da ein bisschen leveln kann. Aber wenn euch der Part hier gefallen hat, lasst gerne einen Daumen nach oben da. Abonniert den Kanal, um nichts mehr zu verpassen. Und wir sehen uns dann beim nächsten Mal. Bis dahin. Ciao, ciao.